Welcome, everybody. I have been working on this sequence diagram for quite a while, and this is a culmination of probably several years at this point of my personal efforts in my own chess studies and different materials I've read, different threads on various sites I've read. And this is a representation of how I have evolved my thinking and what it looks like today when I'm contemplating a chess move. And it looks a little bit, perhaps a little bit heavy at first glance, but my intent here is to do a quick walkthrough in case you are at a stage in chess where you're not sure exactly what you should be thinking about at different stages of the game. And for me, this approach works pretty well. And I've tried to keep things pretty lightweight within each functional area. So let's take a quick look. So we are the player in this scenario, and WW is represented right here as a what and why type question box. So you'd be looking for things like what does the move change? Why was the move made? And this is in response to your opponent having just made a move. So basically, player will analyze the what, why if an opponent just moved. And then the player will analyze CCT, which is checks, captures, and threats. For anybody who's done any significant amount of chess tactics puzzles, you've probably come across this at this point. And if we come across a tactic at this point, then we're pretty much ready to perform a blunder check. And it's really only if we don't find a tactic that we have to consider analyzing what I just refer to as map, which is the material, activity, and pawn structure. Now, a lot of other people will have a fourth letter in classic analysis of king safety first, but realistically, king safety is actually part of checks, captures, and threats because you're already considering, checks on your king, checks on your opponent's, threats as in one move away. All that stuff's already taken into account. So from the top, you are always analyzing first, with respect to the move your opponent just made. What does the move change? Why was it made? And if you really contemplate these two things consistently, it will drastically improve your play. It'll let you know, hey, is this a moment where I need to respond to what my opponent just did? Or, hey, is this an opportunity for me to improve my position or to consider perhaps implementing one of my own tactics? And if we skip all the way to the end and we think about blunder check, while I know it's just a box and there's no like clear-cut definition, the key thing to think about with blunder checking is you have a candidate move that you have settled on and you are ready to make it. So what you need to do is visualize as though you've made that move. And then after you hold that in your mind, look across the board and consider whether your opponent can do something that effectively refutes or undermines your plan. And if you don't see it, make the move. Hope this helps.